There we go, we switched. Alright. Late night hours, here we go. Grinding time, it's the grinding time. Also, Will, just to be clear, I did name you after Dratini.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, by the way, Carl, since before you go to bed, I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
Other than a Celebi, because no, I can't get that right now. What kind of Pokemon in Pokemon HeartGold and Pokemon HeartGold do you want to be? If I can catch it. Hmm?
Quag.
Well, a little
Wait.
too late for that. That's a hum.
Right. Brown.
I mean, I could send you a list of... I could send you pictures of Pokemon that I have, and you can rename those. Or you can wait till I get in post-game.
Post game.
Well, there's like Kanto Pokemon you can pick. Then.
Honestly, it's Celebi or bust.
Oh, I can't get a Celebi. I ain't hacking that in.
Oh, that attitude.
I mean, technically, I could get a Celebi. Was there an event that Celebi that was released in HeartGold Soul Silver? Let me look at this. Wi-Fi events. Yellow Forest. That was a Pikachu. Winter's Path. Nope. 10th Anniversary Mew. I remember that. Latios. Enigma Stone. Yep, nope. Caesar Jirachi. Another Ashes Pikachu. Ooh, Manaphy. The Shiny Dogs. Ruff Ruff. Mystery Gift? Dang.
If you had gotten this, there's a peach, a certain way you can get the Celebi.
Oh, there's Arceus, Jirachi. Oh, there's a Celebi. Finally, Celebi was given away in HeartGold Silver or sent directly at the beginning. Side story, background, explain, blah blah blah. Team. Oh, wait, is this the? Oh, it's the Rocket backstory. Blair. Right, it's this backstory. Blair. So yes, I can technically get a Celebi if I hack in that vent.
Yep.
Will I though? Nah. But if I was playing an official copy of mine, there is a way for me to get it. Now, do I have an official copy? Yes, I do, technically. Well, you're asking me to go back and play all my Nuzlocking days and going back to that copy or whatever. Carp. That's allowed. But yeah, it's the Celebi is technically possible, but I'm not gonna get it, Carl. So unfortunately, Quagsire is also still not possible unless you want me to kill purposely Quagsire. I mean, technically speaking, I could rename it now, yes. But do I want to get rid of him? Do you really want me to get rid of him, Carl?
Said no.
No. So you have to pick a different Pokemon.
Wait, why do you have 3 water types?
The what?
Why do you have 3 water types?
Oh yeah, because well, one, Ampharos is dead, so I have to try to replace that. And Lapras was a good backup for ice moves. Quagsire was just my big main water type for a while.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Man, this Broman does not want to give me the first place prize of anything. Well, I'm doing this last bit of prep for tomorrow because the prepping for tomorrow, I gotta do some for Elite 4. And looking at my team, because I was like looking through my team, not only do I have to train this Golbat to a Crobat, but I also want to get like a Thunderbolt TM, which can only be gotten at the game corner. I can't use money, so this is my only way I can actually get the guaranteed TM. Now I don't remember how to play this game. It's like Minesweeper, right? I think so. Oh yeah, I haven't talked to him before.
Are we playing Voltorb Flip today?
I'm gonna have to because like I was looking at it and the only way I can get certain TMs is if I play this.
Yeah. It's the same in this game with getting the Blizzard TM, but now I know I don't need to do that because I can just get Ice Punch, but... Yeah, you can just buy your way to getting a lot of coins in the original, though.
In the original, yes, and I thought I could do this one, but no. I actually have to play.
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks. Which is why I'm also doing this right now before tomorrow, because I do want to get the Thunderbolt TM at least.
Thunderbolt.
So the Voltorb Flip is a game where which you flip over the cards, find a hidden number, flip the cards in this order. You'll collect 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, and total 18 coins, and then the Voltorb is where the first number you flip over will give you that many coins. From then on, the next number you will multiply the amount of coins you collect by number. It's 2 and multiply. Okay. So how do you get rid of a Voltorb? Or don't get in Voltorb. Once you find all hidden 2, 3 cards, you've cleared the game.
That's long since I've played this. It's nostalgic.
I barely played this because I never understood it as a kid.
It's like, I'd had to see it again, but the idea is that you're not... You want to draw the number cards without turning over a Voltorb.
Oh yeah, no,
and if you turn over a Voltorb, then you lose.
No, I got that. It's just one of those things. How do I know when there's a Voltorb? By looking at the numbers on the sides.
It's a matter of probability, basically. Probability and guessing.
It's like it seems to be. Yeah, it's like Minesweeper. So you can see how many Voltorbs are hidden, and the totals. Okay, so the numbers equal the total up there, and the Voltorbs there. The numbers give you a side clue. Give a clue about the panels. The larger the number, the more likely there is many hidden in a row. Okay. Same way you can tell the column. Consider the hidden number totals carefully. You flip over the panels. About memos. Open up the memo and mark the cards. Okay. So I just have to do this. All right, let's play and let's see how I do. So 1 is over here. So there's only one Voltorb over here. Well,
so in the middle going down, there are no Voltorbs in that row, so you can go ahead and just flip over all of those cards without issue.
How do you know if there's no Voltorbs in the middle?
Because, see the Voltorb icon on the... So look at the bottom part in the middle, the third one. There, it says Voltorb 0.
I didn't...
Meaning there's no hazards in that vertical column.
Oh, I
So you
didn't.
can just flip all those over right now.
I wasn't paying attention to that. All right, let me see
Those
this.
are visible to you.
Okay.
So that's always the way to start. Just go ahead and flip over any row or column that has 0 Voltorbs, just so you can see all the numbers there.
Okay, so this one has 3, which means it has 3 1s, and this has 2. So let me look at this. This has 1.
You can also open Memo and take notes, which is helpful if you're planning things out. Like, you can label something that you think has a certain number, or that you think is a Voltorb.
Yeah.
To take notes to yourself.
Oh, I haven't played these types of things in, like, ever. So I don't ever play these, so I would not know fully that...
I haven't played this in a long time, but I guess that, in a way, with the Memo and stuff, it kind of reminds me of, like, Sudoku, which I used to do a lot before I played Pokemon Soul Silver.
This one reminds me more of... Well, it's a combination of Sudoku and Minesweeper for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at any other ways I can figure out that there is a Voltorb in a specific place without going willy-nilly. This has 2. This has 2. This has 1. Let me look at the ones. Yeah, it's hard to say. Okay, this row has 6, so that means that... And it only has 1, so that means one of these has to have a Voltorb. I don't know where else to start except just kind of going carefully. Because I can't figure out which one to go next. Well, except the top row, technically, but eh. Let me try this one. Yep. Rip. Yeah, I don't know how to figure that out, like, to start right away. Because I get the 0 thing, but the problem is that I don't understand where else to go.
I used to have the strategy for it, but it is a matter of luck. It is gambling.
Well, I found the 0s. So this one
Yeah,
actually will
that's a
help me
good
more,
start.
because now I have, like, two things. Okay, so this one has 1.
Sometimes you just want to make your gamble based on a based on the intersecting of the row and the column. If it's something that you think has a high number in it and has a very low risk of having a Voltorb.
So I would say probably this one. There we go.
Is it possible for Nick for you to switch the display of the top and bottom screens so that the bottom screen is more visible to the people watching? Can you do that with your 3DS setup?
I'm gonna have to do a quick little thing then.
Okay, because that'll make it a lot easier for people watching to see what's going on in the actual game.
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, probably is a good idea. At least the music is rocking.
It is. It's pretty jamming, dude.
There we go. And there we go. Better. All right, let's see.
Oh, that's so much better. I'm so satisfied.
Yeah.
Before I was literally like squinting like inches from like my monitor, like trying to look at the numbers.
Yeah, it's also like one of those things that I never had an opportunity, like really a moment where I really need to like showcase the bottom a lot more.
Yeah, usually the action is going on the top screen in this game.
And I'm back.
Whoopsie.
I think another. Oh, that's right. You can't back out. Another strategy I always go with is if let me think of how to say what I'm trying to say. So on the bottom horizontal row right now, it says there's a value of 3 with 2 Voltorbs in there.
Mhm.
That means that all of those are 1s, and you don't care about anything in that row. So I just open the memo and mark every single one of those squares as Voltorbs. Because I don't even want to flip those because I don't care about them.
Okay.
Is this like Minesweeper?
It is. It's like Minesweeper
Yeah.
and Sudoku at the same time, or as I like to call it, like.
Same with the combination. The top horizontal of 4, value 4 with 1 Voltorb.
Right
You don't
there.
care about that either because there's nothing of value in that row.
Yeah.
So you only want to pull over you only want to turn over things that are greater than 1 anyway. So
Yeah,
anything
'cause
that you
we're-
know is going to be a 1, you can just mark off that
Yeah,
row as
we're-
useless to you.
Yeah, we're looking for
Alright, head off.
specifically the Voltorbs are 2 or 3, and that would make it move.
Yeah.
Alright, head off to bed now.
All right,
Yep,
night,
night,
Carl.
Carl.
Take care, and thank you so much for joining. I hope you rest up, dude. Night, night.
Alright, good night.
Is
Night.
he recovering for his 24-hour stream?
Yeah, because he has to do another 24-hour stream soon. Let's see.
Oh man, I'm remembering like the groove of playing this game now. It's so exciting.
I'm just trying to like think about this. Oh, thanks for the look, Carl. I'm just trying to figure out the right moves without like going towards anything wrong. So this 5 row, assuming that these top 2 are, but that's hard. That's impossible to say because well, this is 1, and this would be 1, and then that means it would be one of these 2. But that also, like, it has 2 Voltorbs here. So, it has 2 Voltorbs. So, assuming that those 2 are Voltorbs, then there has to be, there's 2 2s in here. Or at least 1 3. And with 1 1.
Yeah, so you kind of have to mark off the panels that you know you're not going to turn over, and then from there just make the gamble about what you want to do.
I guess I'll open this one. Okay, that's 1.
All right.
So
And
this is a
then,
1. That's a 1. Wait. Oh, that's not a 1 because one of these can't be a 1.
It's either a 1 or a Voltorb, is my point.
Okay. Wait, let me think about this. So thanks, Will, for hydrate. Okay, one of them has to be a 3. Alright, so if one of them is a 3, so if this was a 3 up here, that would not make any sense because this one,
It can't be
Yeah.
because, yeah.
and this one cannot be a 3, so it has to be, this
yeah,
one has
so
to
you
be
got
a
to
3.
turn over that one. Yep, there you go. That's
Yeah.
the logic behind it.
So that means these are the Voltorbs right here. These are absolutely the Voltorbs.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to make note of that really quickly. Okay, so that one's a Voltorb. That means this is just a 1. So we found that one being the Voltorb. This one absolutely is a Voltorb, but that I'll just leave it that way. So then, okay, so this one's a 6. And this is a 5. Which that means I only need 1, so I don't even need a care for the 1 over here.
Yep.
So then there's only this row then that has the 2 or 3. So this will be, assuming this is 1.
Nick, you got something on the purple up and down. That's also either a 1 or a Voltorb row, so you can mark that.
Okay, so then that means this one would have to be it. There we go. Because like that, everything is either a 1 or Voltorb. Okay.
Yep. So it's process of elimination, but occasionally you do have to make a gamble.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep going with the next one. I'm gonna gamble the next level. Because I do need a lot of, I do need a lot of coins. Alright, so let's go open up all this one, because this is all,
Yep.
Alright, so, let's see.
And then you can go ahead and mark off the up and down next to it. Yep.
Oh yeah, this one
Just
would
mark
be,
that off as 1 or Voltorbs.
yeah, that doesn't matter.
No wait, not that one, Nick. The
Oh wait,
that
no.
green one, 4 and 2, that is not a...
Wait, no. But because there's 2 Voltorbs, so if we do 2 Voltorbs like that, it only can be 1s from here on out. Because there's only 2 Voltorbs here.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, okay, yeah, because you already turned over the 2.
This 3... This one has 2 Voltorbs, which means the rest of it has to be 1, so that doesn't matter. This one has 2 Voltorbs. This one, assuming this is a 1 automatically. Because if we had 2 Voltorbs, so if we 2, it's either 1, 1, and then 2. Can't all of them be 1, so then one of these has to be at least more than a 1. One of these right here. Okay, so then what other place can we go? I wish there was actual trick to this or like a pattern that people can look at. What do you think? Should I try gambling?
You're going to have to at certain times in this game.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Just do the one that's the least likely to be a
Yeah,
Voltorb.
this one, at least one of these three should be one of the least likely to be a Voltorb. Alright, well, I feel like this one might be okay. That's a 1, alright. That's a 1. All right. Oh boy, I hate this. Ah, dang it. Is there a trick to this, actually? I'm wondering. Oh, I still keep my money. Oh my god, Kyle, look at this. That's 3 Voltorbs here.
That's a dangerous row, but there's 1, 2 in there somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be 1, 2, yeah. I wonder if it's right here because there's a 4 here and there's 2 Voltorbs down here. But I'm not gonna risk it.
Time for bed.
Alright, night, Mike.
Yep.
Sleep well.
Have a good night, guys.
Night.
Moto doesn't help me. Biscuit. Biscuit for the biscuit! So there's 1 Voltorb. Yeah, the rest of this doesn't matter on this row then. There's actually a strategy for this on Bulbapedia. Okay, so the rest of this row is that doesn't matter. It's either 1 or a Voltorb, so that doesn't matter. Let's find out. There's a 1.
Oh, well, one good thing that I'm noticing is I'm comparing my Nidoking's stats to the Machoke that passed, because Nidoking is kind of Machoke's replacement.
Yeah.
And even though it has a couple more levels to go, the Nidoking already has better defense stats than the Machoke does, which is probably good for fighting Lance.
Yep.
And its attack is not as good as the Machoke's, but it's pretty close.
That's pretty good. Let's see. Voltorb flip is luck-based in the fact that the placement of ones are random, but however, strategy can be used since the game is grid-based and may Voltorbs in long. Voltorb Torto is column 0. Go sleep over. Meets a certain requirement shown below. All cards left unturned in the row are either 1 or Voltorb and can be left unturned to complete the game. If a Voltorb row is a row of only Voltorb, all multipliers are or have been flipped, then the cards are multiplied. Okay. Rows of columns with a combination of 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4, 0, 5 can automatically be eliminated. There can only be one Voltorb. There can be only one Volt, be a 1 or Voltorb in them. So 4, 1, or 2, 3. Five zero, nope. Or 4 1. Nah, none of them. Okay, so oh no, this is a dead row right over here. Because I already found a 1, and all of these are 1s, and there's only one Voltorb, so that's a dead row.
Yeah.
This one has 2, so that means it has to be one of these 3 has to have a 2 in it, at the very least. So I found a 2. That's a 1. That's a 1.
So there's another 2 in that
Yeah, that's 2.
row that you're currently looking at.
If a 2 is over here, that would help eliminate those 2. But that doesn't remember. But it could also be up here, and which is over here. So what happens if a 2 is over here? Because there's 2 Voltorbs.
That
Yeah,
means there's a 2, a 1, and a 1, and then 2 Voltorbs.
Yeah, so if a 2 is over here, that means it's right here. If the 2 is over here, that means the 2 is over here. And then this one, I think it might be help this one determine too if I can get a Voltorb. Because these are 1s, and one of them is a Voltorb. Question is, this is all luck based, so this one right down here is completely optional. But wait, there's only one Voltorb. If one Voltorb was here, 1, 1, 1. Oh, this one must be a 2. That means this is safe. There we go. Okay, and then this.
So you can mark off that top row is done now.
So that's all 1s. That means
It's a gamble between what you're looking at here.
wait, this doesn't make any sense though. It's 3 of that, 1. So this one has to be 2 then. And this would be 1. I might have done the math calculation wrong.
Well, you've turned. Wait.
Yeah, I did the calculation wrong on one of them.
Well,
Well, let me double check this. So 2 Voltorbs there. This one is 1. So this row is completely done. This one's a dead zone no matter what because it's a 4-1.
The game finishes once you've turned over all the 2s and 3s, right?
Yep. And this row is done because there's only one Voltorb, and assuming it's either that one or that one, this row is completely done right here because I already have a 6. This one is 7, which the rest of these would be 1s because if there's only one Voltorb, there has to be that.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no, it's this row.
There's a 2 in there. There's a 2 in there.
Yeah, that's what I messed up with. Alright. So let's just double check this. So I have a 3 here.
It's not that one on the right side. It can't be.
One Voltorb. Yeah, it has to be that. So that one's eliminated.
And it's not the yellow one either.
Yeah, that one's done.
Wait. It has to be the green one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, that would make sense. There we go. We got it. We got it, Kyle. We got it.
Yeah. Voltorb flip, baby. So many hours spent playing this in high school.
I'm glad that at least you're here helping me with this because I'd never been able to do this when I was younger.
Yeah, it's a fun logic game.
I like actually puzzles, but this is definitely a little bit like on the lucky side.
It is gambling, so yeah.
They did say though, 2-3 or 3-2 is automatically all ones slash
Yes.
Voltorb.
So mark both of those off. Yeah. It's if the number total between the number and the Voltorb is 5, then just mark off that row as like
Yeah.
danger.
All right, so then it's only these right here.
Oh, I'm gonna head off to bed.
All right, night, Will. Thanks for
Night,
playing with
guys.
us. Happy
Yep.
birthday, dude.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Night, night. Do you know how long Grace is gonna stream?
I'm not sure. I mean, she probably does have plans tomorrow, whenever her voice acting thing is.
Mm-hmm. The question is she gonna raid me or am I gonna raid her? It's
I don't
fine.
know, dude.
Yeah.
What if it's neither? What if you raid somebody else and she raids somebody else?
Let's see. I'm just trying to think logically though, which would be a better one to do. Let me look at the.
I'm having a little bit of hard time seeing the numbers because there's a little bit of blur on Discord. Let me see if Twitch can
Hold on. Let me
give you.
Let me change that quality. Maybe that will help a little bit. I wonder if I could just do this specifically on the DS screen. How about that?
Oh gosh, that made the volume so loud.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Did that better?
It's a little bit small. Yeah, I can see though.
I can't eliminate any of these.
Both those columns with 7 are pretty juicy. There's a lot of value in there.
So the total of Voltorb in a row, so that's like 1 over there. Let me just look at this. So some of the multiple cards of that row. So, all right, unflipped cards in the row column. So that would be 4. These are some of the flip cards, so it's 1. So it would basically be 6 and 3. Subtract the multiply of our card by 1, and then subtract. This is like the safest one right here. Right here is the safest one, at least.
The 7 and 6.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hold on, wait a minute. If I assume one of these is a Voltorb. Oh, actually, this row is completely done because of the 3 over there. We found the 3.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So, yeah, then this 2 would be. Then the 2 has to be in one of these right here. Oh God, they're both 7 and 1s though. That's the problem.
Yeah. It's a gamble.
And this row is completely bullcrap because I need to get that 2 and a 3 here, and there are 3 Voltorbs in that row. This one is my safest bet, that's what I would say. So, yeah, there we go. Got a gamble. All right, so that's a 2. So one of these 1, 2, 2. That means this is dead. This is dead.
It's... Wait, is it?
Yeah, because it's like a 1 Voltorb and then 3 1s. That goes 5.
2. Oh yeah, you're right. I just couldn't see the number correctly on the blue. I thought it said 6.
No, it's fine. So then this row would be I have a 2, I have 3 now. which doesn't help because I need at least one of them to be a guaranteed 3. Actually,
Nintendo should make Voltorb flip a mobile game.
you would. Actually, okay, now I actually eliminate this, Kyle. So right here. See, this is a 4 right down here. And we have 2 Voltorbs. That means down here has to be a 2 or a 1. Which is the 3 would not work for the 7 because you have to have a 3 for the 7 at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the 3 would only work for this space right here because this will also be a 4 and this does not work with a 3. So this has to be a 3 right here. Right there.
Nice.
So we have the 3. Question is, which is the 2?
This is the tough one because it's like the same probability on like every side of the board.
Yeah, so like basically these 4 corners are literally I have to flip one of these. I can't I can't figure out a way to x that. So
Yeah, there's
No,
no
actually-
process of elimination. I think you just kind of had to make a gamble, right?
no, this one no, I already got the 2 over here. So it can't be on these 2 because if I did a 2 here, then it would be 4 and then the rest has to be 1 in order for this to work. But there's a Voltorb there, so it has to be one of them has to be 3 and then the rest has to be 1. The other one has to be 1 and then a Voltorb. So this one can't have a 2, so it's only literally these 2 right here. God. Have to actually this one I have to gamble, literally. They're both the same 4s as well, which just makes it even worse. Alright, James. I leave it up to you. Up or down? Down? Alright. Oh!
Nice.
James did it! I love you, James. Be my wife.
You're gonna take me out to dinner.
Yes, I will.
Where
Sushi. So yeah, that will have to be a Voltorb right there. So assuming 2 of these Voltorbs and 1, so that means this one has to be a 2. But that doesn't make any sense though. This can't be a 2 right here. Did I do another miscalculation? Oh no, I know what's going on, Kyle. You can have 3 2s. That's what it is. All right. So yeah, then that means these are the
Yeah,
ones.
that's true. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, it does that. When you make like a big gamble, the game will start playing dramatic music before it like flips over.
Oh yeah.
It tries to make you get sweaty, stay sweaty. With like that moment of truth music.
Good thing that you don't have to get the 1s. Otherwise, this game would be a pain in the butt for a lot of reasons. Oh wow, there's a 9 down there, Kyle.
Yeah, you can win big on some of these later rounds. I think eventually 4s will be added to the mix, so you gotta keep that in mind.
4.
Actually, will they? No, wait, no, not yet. It might only be 3, because there's no 4 in your memo pad. It is only 3.
Yeah. It's only 3, but the multiplication will be bigger.
But that means in the 9 it could be like a 3-3-2. 3-3-2-1.
Okay, so let me think. This is a 5. I already got 1, so that means a 4. The only way to get a 5 is to get 1, 1, 1, 2. So one of these has to be a 2. Because one of them also Voltorb. So a 4, it's like I have a 3, and I still have 2 Voltorbs left. The only way to get a not a Voltorb is a 2. I need a 2 in here. This yellow and green are same 6-1. But this one is 6. So that's a 3. 1. Yeah, no, actually this row is completely dead too. Because I already got the 3. So this one's the... I don't need that. This one needs a 3 and then a 1-1. So what would benefit from a 3-1-1? Not this row, because this is a 4 and there's 2 Voltorbs. So you need a 2 there. This would this benefit from a 3? No, you can't. So that means this one has to be the 3. There we go. Oh boy. That means one of these has to be a 2 right here. Let's see. So I got like... Oh shoot. Can I eliminate any of these? This is 1 or 2 here. 1, 2, or Voltorb. I need a 3. What would benefit from a 3? Oh, right. That one can't. Wait, yeah, this has to be a 3 here. Wait. It can't be here because it needs a Voltorb, so it needs to be a 2 or 1. This one, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, that has to be a 2. Oh, did I do another miscalculation again? No. 1, 2, 3, yeah. No, that's right. So that'd be 1, 2. There's only 1 Voltorb, so that's be 1. I need a 1 and a 3. Yeah, I need a 3 somewhere. So how would I do a 3? Because this one has to be a 2, and then it has to be a 1. This one has to be... Has to be a 2 and 1, 1 Voltorb. 1, 2. Okay, wait, Kyle, can you look at this?
Yeah, 1 second. What are you wondering about?
Okay, so I wonder why my math is wrong, because you may need a second opinion on this. Okay, so I'm doing like the trick of like, as you mentioned, all right? So this row right here has a 6 and 1, 6 and 1, right? In order for this to work, say that this is a Voltorb, I need a 3 for 1 and then 3 1s. So in order to make a 6, to make sense. This top row doesn't make sense to have a 3 in there because it's only 2. So that means all this row is just Voltorb or 1s.
Yeah.
This one...
About your 6, it could be 3-3. Wait, no, it could be 3-1-1-1, or it could also be 2-2-1-1.
Oh, 2-2-1-1. That would make a lot more sense in my head. Okay, so I was messing that up. Okay, so that explains why I'm messing that up. This 5 will have to be a 2-1-1. He said 2-2-1-1. Mm-hmm. Well, let me look at this. 2-2-1. And this one has to be a 2-1-1. So one of these two has to be 2. That'd be 2. This has to be a 2 up here. One of these has to be a 2 right up here. Because there's like already a 1 right here, so that means these Voltorbs either are 1 or Voltorb. One of these has to be a 2. Has to be. And then one of these has to be 2. Just one of these has to be a 1 or 2. What should I gamble with, Kyle? Top or bottom? And left and right? I don't know which I do. This one's definitely a gamble section. I can't do anything out of this.
Maybe there's a better payoff for the yellow one on the bottom. Or it's more likely to be...
A 2.
Good. Yeah, I guess.
Alright. Let's try it. There we go.
Alright.
So that means this one has to be a 1. And then that means... one of these has to be 2. Because it would be like 2 of these has to be 1s at least. So that means one of these has to be a... If all these three one of these has to be 2. And then if this is 2, then this will be 1. If this is 2, then this is 1. And this would be 1. That'll be 1. Wait, let me look at this. Okay. So we got 2, 1, 1. So that's 4. So if we do 2 here, and then a 2 here. One of these has to be 2. And then it will be obvious on which one is the other 2. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick a corner, Kyle. I can't figure out a spot that this will work. One of these, I have to pick a corner.
Should I just leave this one to you? I made the decision on the last one.
I'm going with this one then. Yes!
Yeah.
So that means this one has to be 2. This will be 2, 1, 1. Yeah. There we go. Oh boy, that's so stressful.
It's very much a get sweaty, stay sweaty kind of game.
Oh boy. Alright, is there any zeros? Yeah, there it is. This one's all Voltorbs down here. And that's it. Dang. Alright, this is a 3. Oh yeah, this one is automatically, it's all Voltorb right here because I already got the 3 there. So there's a 2 here. So 7 has to have a 3 and a 3 somewhere around here, and a 1 and a 1. What would benefit from that? This one, because there's 3 Voltorbs too. This one, if this is a 3, and that has to be a 2 and then a 1, yeah. And then what about this one? 3, 1, 1, 2, 2. Oh my god, both of them can benefit from that. Dang it, all of them can benefit from that. And one of these is a Voltorb. Is it 2? Is it 3? 2. Oh, 7 can also be a 2, 2. 3 2s and then 1. Oh god, that can also work, yeah. Fudge! Is it this either could be a 3 or 2? Oh, come on.
Alright, I've got my entire Pokemon party at level 50, so my grinding could be done here.
Depends if you want to end it there. Lance is
Yeah.
at highest Pokemon is 50, so
I'm nervous, dude. I'm sweaty about the Elite Four.
up to you. If you want to go find like final like items and stuff like that too, go for it.
Yeah, I gotta buy like some full restores and stuff. I'm gonna look over what I gotta fight in that Elite Four. It's Lance that I'm really nervous about. Like everyone else, I feel like I have some sort of type advantage over their Pokemon.
Yeah, they generally do. 2, 1, 2. Alright, what's about this one? So it'll be 2, 1, 1.
Ooh, maybe I want to give a Fire Punch to Nidoking as well.
Dang.
Like my strategy with Machoke.
Alright, I'm gonna have to gamble. Because I can't really pick anywhere, so I'm gonna go with this one. Alright, there we go. There's the 2. Two. I can have 3 2s. Or 2, 3, 1. Will any of these benefit a 3? No for you. Yes for you. No for you. This is the only 3. So... yeah, that's a 2. That would make the most sense. So this is triple 2 right here. Okay. Hi ho, here we go. Hi ho, here we go. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Here we go. One of these are 3. That's a benefits from a 3, and this one benefits. So I can't
Oh
pick
god, Koga's Fortress knows Explosion.
Yeah, usually those guys knows Explosion. It's super effective to fire, so because like quadruple effective. Bug and Steel.
Right.
I would highly recommend getting something fire type for him.
Also, it's weak to ground type because it's steel, so I could send in Graveler and use Earthquake, and if it explodes, then it's not going to hurt Graveler quite as much.
Potentially. Potentially.
Graveler is the one that has the most durability to explosion.
True, but they can also crit potentially too.
Well, a crit would hurt any of my other Pokemon anyway.
True.
So Graveler's the safest.
That would also be true, yeah. Crud. There it is. All right, got it, got it. Whew. Oh, dang it. Such a lot of gambling. Oh. It's getting harder and harder to figure out which ones are what. At least I get to keep my most collected amount of coins, at least. That one I do appreciate. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. One of these is a 3, and the rest is a Voltorbs. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it gets like that.
Ugh. Does not benefit from that. Oh. 3, 3, 2, 3. Ooh, 3, 3. Worst part about it is this, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do this like 10 times. I need to get like 10,000 coins,
Yeah,
which sucks.
it's time consuming.
Yeah. So I need like a 3, 3, 2 now, which benefits from 3. Not this panel. This has to be a Voltorb or a 1. No, Voltorb. Voltorb or a 2. If I can figure out which one's the 3 over here. It won't benefit this one at all. If that's a 3, then I need 2 1s, and that will work. That one definitely works. This one doesn't. It doesn't. It does not benefit this one. So it's only one of these 3. So that's a Voltorb over there. That's 2. So one of these is a Voltorb right over here. So 1 and 2 are missing over here. 2 will benefit that. 2 will benefit. So how do we make an 8 with only 1? 3, 3, 1, 1. That's all I can think. Yeah. Oh wait, so 2 can't work with this one. That means it's like, these are fine. What? Oh, you can do 2, 2, 2. Oh, wait, okay. Okay, I jumped the gun on that one. Thank you, Lord, that I finally get more than 1 row of zeros. Two and 1. Yeah, that had to be 3. That would make the most sense. It's a gamble, boys! Fudge!
Alright, I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna get food.
No worries. That's 4. So I'm missing 2 somewhere. There we go. All right. This is a bomb. I have to keep doing this for a while. That's the problem. Yeah. This one could be fit too, yeah. Actually, these will only make sense. I'm glad I didn't click that. Because that equals to 1. I'm really glad I didn't click that. Wow. Two can fit there, yeah. Two can fit there too. So 2 Voltorbs equals 3, 3, 1. Yeah, I need a 3, 3. Which would fit a 3. That would fit a 3. This will fit a 3. This will not fit a 3. What? Am I doing the calculations wrong? I must be doing them wrong. It might be just getting to my head now where it's starting to... This is like, takes so long. Oh, this one's all done right here. Yeah, I can't guarantee this one being a 2 or 3 because this one's that I don't know which one's the 1. So 5 will be here. One of these has to be 2. The other has to be 2 and then the 1, okay. Column would benefit. This is the only one that's weird. There we go. Alright, alright, alright. He's gonna explode it in my face. Woo! Okay, that's a Voltorb. I found the Voltorbs. That means these are safe. Yes. Oh! This is taking so long. If whoever is editing this video, this is gonna just fast forward this part probably. So such boring. Dame da yo, dame yo, dame dame yo. Suki de, suki de, suki suki de, or however that song goes. Dame de tai, dame dame yo. Suki de, suki de, suki suki de, or whatever.
Be ashamed of this.
I don't know. Kyle's not here to judge me. I never played the Yakuza games, honestly. Yep. Oh, every time I lose, I go down a level.
Ooh, that's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of damn money, mama. That's a lot of damn money, mama.
The only problem is that every time I lose, I go down one level, which sucks.
Yeah. How much did you need again for your TM?
10,000.
Oh my god.
Yep. Huh? Thunderbolt. Give him another Thunderbolt. The end of the match. Eh? What?
I don't think Thunderbolt is even a TM in the original Pokemon Silver. So my Ampharos just knows Thunder Punch for its electric move. It learns Thunder by level up eventually, so I don't want to bother giving it a Thunder TM.
Makes sense. Alright, this is getting
But
repetitive.
it has Thunder Punch, and also it's holding the Magnet item to give it a little bit more boost.
Alright, this is getting repetitive in the music.
It is. If you
on,
want to play
hold.
something else.
Yeah, I am going to switch over to my OBS, which is going to be a lot more quiet. There we go.
Dude, you should play just the original Game Corner music from the Game Boy Color game.
Oh, that's gonna get repetitive too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm just like, God, I hate this because, like, not only did they make the TM so long, this is like actually not only a little bit luck based, but this is like straight up hard. Oh, there's a Volta Flip calculator. I'm actually gonna see this if this actually works. Maybe I can cheat my way. Now I'll actually try to do it legit. I'm just like curious. Is this actually a calculator that can work with me? What is this card as a 15%? It's a picture. Huh. I'm not 100% certain. So I need like a 3, 3. I need a 3, 3. So for 7, I need 2 of them gone. Because one of them's gonna be 1. So I need a 3, 3. Okay. Which one does it benefits? Yeah, that benefits that. That benefits that. 3. That benefits that. Nope. Frick. God, this is so irritating that the game is like this sometimes. Especially since like now I won't get as much money as I could if I keep doing this. This is actually legit this is really more difficult than anything.
Oh hey, there's Ocarina of Time music the way it's meant to sound.
Yep. Okay, there's 2. Oh, come on. I'm going to go all the way back down to 1 at this rate because it's such... This is actually... As much as like Volta Flip, I like the puzzle games, I really dislike how Game Freak decided to make all the TMs not only super expensive, but just like out of all of them, it's just... Like, I can't even purchase coins. There's no purchase coins option. And that's what it sucks about this one. It's just like, why can't I purchase coins? Is there any reason for any of these just to have no purchase coins? You can do that in original games. So why not this one? There we go. Okay. So these are actual vault orbs right here. Oh, that means the rest of this is safe. Oh, that's all ones. Never mind. I just flipped it over just because. Oh, then this one's all safe right here. What? Oh, come on. I'm actually starting to like lose my brain at this. Again, like the fact that I have to do this all in like one sitting pretty much just showcases that how much this is just straight up aggravating. I can't purchase coins, which sucks. Kill me now. All right, there we go. Alright, so 3 would... Which one would be 2? Nope. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They're both exactly the same. No, wait. Oh, no! No! Yep, my brain is messing up. My brain is absolutely messing up right now. I can get a metronome at least. if Justin told me that I have to gamble for like substitute sword stance, thunderbolt, and like ice beam maybe, and a thunderbolt is ridiculous.
You just wanted to encourage gambling.
Oh, this is just such a hard way. Cause like again, why can't I buy money? I know I'm going back to 1, but honestly, I needed to like set out away from this stupid man and his bullcrap of a game. Especially since like some of the stuff is RNG based. God dang it. Is there no calculator I can do for the... frick. The only again, like, this is gonna take forever in a day in order for me to get back to the place that I was at once. And I don't want to bore people with this ridiculous game over and over again. That's the problem. I say that, then that was the easiest one of them all. Why can't it all be easy like this? So a 7 needs 2, 2. Like both of them have to be 2s. This has to be a 2. Never mind. Fudge sickles. Fudge sickles. This one has to be a 3. I hate gambling. How are you doing on your end, Kyle?
So right now, I'm looking at the move set of every trainer in the Elite Four, and taking note of what Pokemon with what move I should use against them.
Mhm.
Every single one of Lance's Pokemon know Hyper Beam, which is kind of obnoxious.
I mean, at the very least, if you can, if they use the move and you survive it or you protect it,
It's a free heal.
yeah. Or you can free attack either way.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stop this game because I really, really want to go to get my TM of Thunderbolt and murder all of Lance's Pokemon. Oh, sorry, Lance's Pokemon. You got to make it all the way to the end. If you don't murder all of Lance's Pokemon, you will be in the very best band. I'm literally going crazy right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Dun, 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 dun. This is all of the sixes. I hate this more than anybody else. 1, 2, 3 in the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, then the rest of this is ones. That doesn't really help anybody. Prick. That can't be a 3 up there, so there's only one of these two that has to be a 3. Or 2. Dang. That doesn't really work for me. Frick. Frick. There we go. Okay. I already found the 1, so that means this one would have to be a Voltorb or a 1. That's the thing to do. If you're a real person right now, I will strangle you to death, old man. God, you suck. Oh, I swear so many people are either watching this in the future or in the past. I am sorry. My brain is actually straight up like streaming after a few hours. My brain's not working right now. I'm gonna try this calculator again. Because all it says is like a percentile. I want to find a solid thing.
Are you actually trying to get to 10,000 coins?
Well, I don't have to. But the fact that I should get to 10,000 at least helps me get a Thunderbolt TM. And the Thunderbolt TM will really benefit in a lot of Pokemon in the Elite Four. The more I get like a guaranteed more chance I can figure out a good one. It's just this Voltorb flip one is such a this VoltorbFlip.com is such a bad one. Also, what is this picture? It doesn't even fully fill out the picture. I'm just gonna follow this flip. It's all about chances, baby. Just screw the rules. I got money. Which aka means the internet. I mean, technically, this is like cheating, but it's also late at night. Who would like to do math at almost
Late
3
night cheat hours.
3 in the morning? For goodness sake.
Ridiculous, dude. You think 3 AM Vodka guy could do math at 3 in the morning? He couldn't even read doors.
That's true, actually, yeah. Ridiculous, dude. This thing failed me. It's a 9% chance. And that 9% chance is a Voltorb. So upset, dude.
So upset.
What'd you say, James? I would like to get good. I mean, I understand this game for the most part, but the problem is, it's just that, again, it's kind of up to chance at this point. And no matter how much I really think about it, if I take it up to chance at the end of the day, it's just gonna end up take forever well. So if I don't do this, it just really will just drag on over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, the Elite Four is just, it's the most stressful part of the game, really. Like,
Yeah.
I made my list of what Pokemon I should pair with each poke, and it's like, I do have type advantages set up for everything, but it is a matter of whether my Pokemon can take certain attacks well.
Mm-hmm.
Which hopefully they should. I mean, look at my Pokemon here. I feel like this is a decently sturdy team, like all their defense stats are pretty decent.
If I can input...
I am having some moments where I wish I still had my Crocodile/Feraligatr in my party.
Yeah.
Because there are some Pokemon of Lances that I want to use Water type advantage, but those Pokemon also have Rock Slide, which would not hurt Feraligatr much, but is a little bit dangerous for Gyarados.
At least I had Quagsire that can handle it if I use Quagsire. But at this rate,
yeah.
I was talking with Emoto.
James has some pretty good defense though, so.
Yeah, Emoto at least told me that it's I shouldn't use Quagsire on my team if I'm going to use Lapras. Which, in a sense,
Yeah.
which makes sense because I don't want to overplay all the electric type
Lapras is okay for
water.
those rock type attacks, though.
It should
One
be
thing you
able to
do have
handle.
to be aware of is that Lantos is 3 Dragonites, right?
Yep, steroided up.
Yeah, and so basically the way it works with those Dragonites is that you gotta kind of be aware of which one you might be fighting. Because one of them knows Thunder, one knows Fire Blast, and one knows Blizzard. So the one that knows Thunder is one that you probably want to have a backup for Lapras.
Yeah.
For using instead of Lapras. Then again, Lapras is a pretty bulky Pokemon, so it can probably take at least one Thunder.
You could probably take one Thunder, but it's best not to gamble on that. Plus, Thunder could, like, you know, crit. I mean, like, Quagsire is a good alternative no matter what. I could use Nidoqueen as well, because it is... Nidoqueen is ground, right? Not rock. Am I...
Ground Poison.
Ground poison, yeah. So it is gonna be usable if I do that. But I'm like
Not against the Blizzard Dragonite though, so be aware of that one.
yeah, because like the 3 I'm using like I know for guaranteed is that I am gonna be using Lapras for a lot of the Dragon type, especially with Lance, with Dragonite and stuff like that. I'm gonna use Umbreon for like a good bulk protection. And I'm going to use Growlithe to handle with a lot of like the ones that are weak to fire, specifically Koga's bugs a little bit, like Fortress. And there is Executor and then the Vileplume. So I'll be able to handle a lot of that. Now, in regards to like the other 3, I could add Quagsire, because if it's either Quagsire versus Lantern, or I can get a Thunderbolt, and I was thinking of actually using Starmie, because Starmie has a good Psychic that can take out the Koga's stuff. It can learn Water, which can take out some of Water types, like those weak to Water, like Bruno's stuff, and it can also learn Thunderbolt, but... It is a water type, so it can be weak to like a few things. I don't know. My options are very, very weird, and I'm not 100% certain what Pokemon I should use at the end of the day.
What dramatic music for gambling.
True.
What's this?
This music is Final Bowser theme. So the music that Ka had to face in
Oh, and Mario 64, yeah.
It's not a bad music.
I did not like that boss. It looks so much easier when other people do it, but I was having a really hard time getting those Bowser hits accurately.
Yeah,
the throws.
They're not exactly easy for sure.
Like all my struggles, and then you see there are now Mario 64 speedrunners who can do that fight blindfolded.
It's impressive. It is actually impressive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except for that one dude who cheated and got caught.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Yeah, there was one infamous one though who claimed he had like almost a world record time at like blindfolded, but then it was blatantly obvious on like people who do run the game, like when they kind of watch what he was doing, it's blatantly obvious that he could see.
Yeah. Like
Because he was like talking in moments when he should be relying on sound cues, and like he had like sound alerts on during his stream.
Yeah, it's one of those things that for the average person, there's a good chance that they won't catch on. But if you know a little bit what speedrunning is, then you can kind of tell that there's a few things that might be iffy. But if you really know what blindfolding is, then it's pretty obvious. Like, even if you know how blindfolding works in the end, where it covers your eyes and what sentences you have to really pay attention to, then that's what it is. Like, that's one thing is like with blindfolding, you can't depend on sight. You have to depend on specifically the sound cues. That's why I watch GDQ's Punch Out. Whenever you're doing a blindfolded run, that means you can do this run it has a pattern for the most part that is doable, and maybe a little bit RNG and it's not that stuff. And it's like, yeah. And if it's like, if there's any sounds that might block out some sounds, then that's immediately a red flag of a bad one. Hello, Emden. How you doing? Well, okay. To give you an idea what is going on, I'm doing Voltorb Flip because I'm trying to get a TM of Thunderbolt, at least one. The problem is, I can't buy coins. And another problem is, this is a bit of chance. I cannot work my brain at 3 a.m. in the morning. I've already tried it. I have actually done legit up to like 7 anyway. So what I'm doing right now is using a VoltorFlip.com and just doing a best possible chances to get things right, basically.
There's a VoltorFlip.com,
Yep.
like a guide for this?
It's not
That
a
is
guide.
dedication.
Yeah, it's not absolute guide. It's actually using the most probable points of what is the best actions to take to get everything right. And so I'm using this to basically, yes, it's cheating. Anybody who wants to say in
Oh
lurking...
my god, people made dedicated calculate. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, here's the thing. Yes, I get it. It's cheating. Yes, I'm not doing this legit.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but in my defense though, for one thing, I could do this legit. But do you want to watch me play this game for more than 10 hours just to get the 10,000 coins I need? No, I don't want to dedicate that time too. And I actually do not want to cheat my coins in for the most part, even though I could technically, but that's going to take a little bit and I don't want to mess with that anymore. So doing like this is technically legit, but at the same time, just it's all that stuff. Also, Voltorb Flip is not skill based in a full-on sense. And I say full-on sense. Yes, it's skill to understand the patterns, as Kyle taught me, and I do appreciate you, Kyle, for helping me understand it better.
You sound like Grace.
Well, I need to also give you credit because I'm not taking this credit. But it's also why I want to say that because of there is the RNG aspect of it, I can't guarantee me getting a good score over and over. And that's why I basically am doing the probability to not only time save and speed up. Yeah, that's why rare candies exist. Yeah, that's also one thing I actually will mention, Emden. After like going through this and doing the rare candies, which rare candies was a nice thing, but also during my next Nuzlocke playthrough for sure, I probably will forego the rare candies, because one thing that it's actually because of Kyle the last session that made me realize that why I shouldn't do the rare candies just for a little bit of content wise is because the fact that training up your Pokemon could cause problems. And I think that's one of the things that what makes sometimes Nuzlocke a little bit more enjoyable is because of the, you know, random factor of like, oh, an exploding gold.
Oh, yeah,
Battle.
because of me losing my Machoke while grinding.
Yeah, because like I think that would be probably a better way to just like experience the full-on Nuzlocke. Because yeah, I did cheat with rare candies, and this is my first time doing it, so I'm giving me a kind of a pass on it. But the fact of the matter is that I think like grinding would be a little bit more enjoyable. Yes, it's like boring to do, but it's like it has that random factor, because like if you do rare candy, you're guaranteed to, you know, kind of skip all that kind of feeling. And I get that. I'm not against people doing it for sure, but I also do want to try with the rare candy, without the rare candy, to at least, you know, experience it all. There are
This
patterns.
Voltorb flip side is pretty cool, actually, where you input the numbers and stuff.
It is, yeah.
The person links to their GitHub repository for the page, too, where you can, like, see the code and stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And their name is Mr. Tendo, which sounds like they enjoy Earthbound.
I mean, wouldn't you do something like that if you're like, if you were younger, to make usernames, wouldn't you do something similar to Earthbound username?
I suppose so.
Because like, we were all the kids that were like really weird names. Heck, BlazerGamer112 is a relic of me back in the day because it sounded cool. And yes, I could have changed my name, but darn it, I am gonna keep this name till the day I die. That's the goal.
Oh, someone asking about your username.
Huh?
Someone asking about your username.
No, I was just like saying it's a relic of my past, which is why it's like that. I justify
You
it.
get
By...
like asked at a job interview, like explain the origin of your username, BlazerGamer112.
Yeah. When I go into government, it's like, why is your name BlazerGamer? Did you just smoke a lot of weed? No.
The uni login. I do a similar thing too, and some of my
Thanks for the lurk, I'm
some
done.
like the coding related accounts that I have, I use my uni login name as well, just because it has like, it looks somewhat professional because it's like part of my last name and like my first initial, but it's not my entire last name, so it has a little bit of that like anonymity to it if I want to like use the account like somewhere where I don't want my full name to be known, I guess.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for the lurk, Emden. I catch you later. But yeah, first and second route, it makes sense. I definitely am like one person that like would understand about the whole
You know what? There's also a website somebody did that recreates the Voltorb Flip game to just play it online.
How you gonna try it?
Maybe in a bit. I'm still doing Pokemon right now.
Yeah, I need to decide like what Pokemon I'm gonna use.
It also says that is the Game Corner different in the Japanese release? It
Yep.
might be because
No, Japanese corner is official because like it's only the Japanese version that has the actual lottery stuff. It's only because it changed in the Western and Korean releases due to the gambling laws.
right, because it says in the description of this Voltorb Flip website that this is a game that appears in the Korean and Western releases. So
Yep.
Koreans also got Voltorb Flip, but Japan it's something different.
Yeah, and it's funny enough, Koreans didn't even get Pokemon until much later.
Does Korea also have gambling related laws, or?
I think it's
I
just
wonder.
similar how they follow the the American like games, because like
Oh, that makes sense.
because-
It's basically just the international release, yeah.
yeah, because like I think because a lot of things happen because I noticed this with the Pokemon anime specifically, Kyle. I mean, I'm pretty sure in other animes too, like Dragon Ball. But when Japan releases something in the Americans will get it first. The US will get it first, and then they will like dub it or whatever, and like the Pokemon theme song or like the Pokemon like dialogue and stuff like that. I've actually looked at like other different languages in the just to see what they are like sounding like, and in subtitles and even the sound of the music are all similar almost or exactly the same to what the Americans are saying, not what the Japanese
That
are
would make
doing.
sense.
Yeah, so like the Pokemon anime theme song, the Japanese like the first theme song, I believe the Japanese is the only one that has that theme song, their unique theme song. Everywhere else has the Gotta Catch 'Em All theme song. I mean, yes, it's iconic, but it is what
It is catchier than the Japanese theme song, to be honest. The Japanese one is alright, like the
Yeah.
Pokemon Geto Daze.
Hey. And it's also like go under a girl's skirt.
Yeah, that weird line about Pikachu creeping on girls. That's very Japanese.
Yeah, I was just like, I remember seeing it when I was younger, and when I said it to you, it's like, this is like this girl going on the skirt, and you
Yeah,
were like,
well, I've seen the anime on Netflix before, so I'm aware of the theme.
What's the most?
I
common
was
gift
bummed
you
when I
get
found the
from
Porygon episode is not on Japanese Netflix. They removed that one.
I mean, there's good reason why. Also, what, James?
Yeah.
What's the most coins you can get in an attempt?
In an attempt. Technically,
It increases depending on your level.
yeah, cause like it stopped at 8 for by the looks of it, but the most amount of coins is what I can collect over the what you can see. So technically speaking, it's up to 99,999 is technically the limit I can go. But level 8 is what I need to get to because that will give me so much money all at once, kind of thing. God, this calculator is not doing me any justice because I keep getting Voltorbs. Also, Kyle, do you know why I don't go down a level after I hit a Voltorb? Because I haven't gone down a level for some reason. If you don't, that's fine. I was just like curious if you knew.
Sorry, what? What was your question?
Oh, I was just like asking because like I don't go down the levels at times. Like right now, I've been stuck at 4, even though I've been getting constant Voltorb right now. And
Maybe
I was just
it
like,
doesn't lower your level down if you lose. It just you have to play around to go up.
it does go down if I lose. It did that.
Oh,
like,
maybe if you lose a certain number of times in a row or something like that.
Well, I kept losing. This is like my 3rd, 4th time in a row I lost with a Voltorb.
Oh, well,
So-
I'm not sure then.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I thought
Maybe if it's to get a Voltorb before you even draw like a valuable number of coins.
maybe so. Maybe it's like a valuable number specifically, but I'm not. I was
Or if
not.
Voltorb was one of the first few cards that you turn over.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Well, here I got a Voltorb, and do I go down because I'm on level 4 right now? No, it's 4. Actually, oh, by the way, guys, it was actually a few days ago, but Zelda actually had its 36th anniversary? 35th? Huh? What was it?
That's a lot of damn years, Mama.
Zelda's anniversary was on February 21. It's 36th anniversary, guys.
I never have actually gotten around to playing the original Legend of Zelda. Definitely should, because I have it on like Famicom and stuff
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say you have a Famicom. Maybe you should do that after like Humongous Month because you did Kirby, so maybe you could do that Zelda next.
I could. I definitely need to play more games on the NES. I don't know if I necessarily play Zelda immediately. I think I'm gonna take like a bit of a break from streaming on weekdays, at least regularly, I guess. Though I'm thinking the next longer game I'd play would probably be Mario Galaxy.
That's true, yeah. Mario Galaxy was fun. It's definitely
Which I think for Galaxy I'll probably because I don't imagine it's going to be as upsetting of a game most of the time, except for some of the Daredevil comments because those are the hard ones. But I think I'll instead of making it a upset like Digis BB gets so upset, I think I'll probably focus more on like the translation of playing the Japanese version of that game because it does have a little bit more story in it.
Yeah. Also, it is I went down 2 levels. Yeah, it's based on certain coins, which is it's kind of bad.
It's based on how hard you lose, I guess.
Yeah, it's based on how hard. And what sucks is that this is supposed to calculate the best possible path to do it.
Well, it's just going off probability, not certainty.
That's true, yeah. I could probably add more if I actually paid attention to like the calculations and everything.
Brooke, can I not take items from my freaking Pokemon to the PCs unless I take the Pokemon itself out of the PC? That's kind of
Probably.
silly.
Probably.
Jesus, dude, Jesus. That means I gotta take Machoke back out of the PC to take its Never Melt Ice, because I forgot to remove that.
Oh yeah, in the 4th gen they actually fixed that.
They probably fixed that in like 3rd gen.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So this will be 1. No, it'll have to be a 2, because there's 2 Voltorbs there.
You're really struggling to hit those notes.
No, I'm doing that on purpose, actually. Okay, if I go up that high, then yes, I will struggle. What?
What do you see?
Is this Animal Crossing? No, it's Final Fantasy.
What's that?
I don't play Final Fantasy a lot. The only person who played the most Final Fantasy in here is probably James.
Okay, I played Final Fantasy 12. So
You played 12. Actually, Kyle, how many Final Fantasies have you played?
The only one I've played significantly is 10, to be honest.
And I have never beaten a Final
I've
Fantasy game
played
in
a
my life.
tiny bit of 7 and some of 6 a long time ago. Oh, I guess there was Final Fantasy 3 on the DS, the kind of not so great one. I had that in middle school.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There's a 45% chance not a Voltorb. God darn it. Swiggity swooty, coming for that booty. Coming for that booty. A swiggity, a swooty. You're coming for that booty. Well, this is the best probability, so let's go with it. Yes. Hey, look, 21-21. I'll be 126 then when that year comes around. Did you say Jesus Christ?
is your clock really set to like 100 years in the future?
No. Oh, I was talking about the number of coins I have. Also, well, technically, James, you're over 100-year-old me in Tomodachi life.
I used to be in like the most like vigorous me on the island.
Yeah. You're getting all the ladies. You're getting more ladies than Kyle's me. You're over 100 years old. Wait, your birthday is in what? May what again?
Me?
No, but James.
Oh,
When is
James.
James's birthday again?
Yeah.
May what? 8th? Okay. Well, that means, You're 27 years old right now.
No, he's not.
With 28, right?
He's 26. We're the same age.
But I'm 27.
What? Nick, you're 26.
Oh wait, no. This is the year when I turned 27. Right.
Yes.
3
You forgot how
a.m.
old you are.
3 a.m. people. 3 a.m. people. For some reason, I thought I was 27 years old already. You know what? I would just blame Grace on it. She won't mind. But yeah, it's 26. So that means James is 26. He was born in 1900. So James, you are literally four, 104. Yeah, 100. Yeah, 100. 128 years old? No, wait. No, you're 100. You're 122. You're 121 years old. God, I can't math right. What is math in the world of the living?
Since the only math, I don't think the dead do math. Right?
What'd you say, James?
I assume the living are the only people who do math. I don't think anyone continues to do math after death.
Yes, math could be fun. Math is fun.
Suffering.
The fact that my luck has not changed from this calculator really showcases that even if I expedite the process, it really does just mess with it. My luck is really just that bad.
So this Voltor website is actually pretty cool. Play the actual game on it. I'm on
Maybe.
level 4 right now.
You're level 4 right now, but I am at level 3. Now I'm level 4. Oh, this sucks. I wonder how many for loops this guy has. Well, technically, how many loops this guy does. I guess he does recursion in some way. No, wait. I think the best way to do this would be definitely make a matrix. Why the heck is there an entire row of Voltorbs?
That can happen. It
Well.
kind of defeats the purpose because you don't have to do any guessing when that happens, though.
Well, in the meantime, it's definitely like this. What are you expecting? Just the one. How are you doing this? I'm cheating. Nani? Well, there's no rules against me cheating, is there? No, there is not. In fact, cheating is very much encouraged because I cheat myself. That came out wrong.
I be level 4.
So did I, dude. A question. Are you ready for the Elite Four now, Kyle?
I feel like I'm as ready as I'll ever be. At some point, you just kind of got to do it. I mean, I will need to like still buy some items and stuff tomorrow before I go into the battles, but my Pokemon are at the levels they need to be, with the moves that they need to know.
Yeah, I'm still.
If I lose this party, I'm like completely screwed. Like, there's basically no point even trying again with like the Pokemon in my PC.
That's why I have like backup Pokemon just in case.
I have some that are acceptable, I think, in the PC, but not very many.
Maybe you should actually, like, if you lose the Pokemon, you should actually consider going after Lugia and then throw a Master Ball at it.
I haven't been in those caves, that's true.
At least Lugia will help you at least help you get a higher chance. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just do the repel trick if you really want to, just like avoid all other Pokemon too. Just use a dead Pokemon as your front head.
Oh yeah, surf on a corpse again.
Surf on a corpse and just like avoid like meeting any other like. Yeah.
Demon. Drop to game level 3, are you kidding me? Alright. Going to the bathroom.
Bum, 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 I am going crazy. This song is this is properly being played, and yet when we played it on Ocarina of Time, on the Nintendo Switch Online, it was demonic.
This raid's gonna take like over 5 hours to get all these points.
Yep.
Is it really worth it?
Well, do I want to guarantee not a total shutout? Yeah. Level 1? I was level 6! How brutal are you, game? This game is absolutely bullcrap. Maybe I should have like actually looked at that. Dang. I actually have to do a mixture of actually paying attention to it and then going by luck probability. The only problem is that this calculator won't let me pick which squares are also voidable. It just picks the probability. Which kind of sucks. God, that is such a bull crap of a move. This guy is out to just suck out the life from my soul. We are gonna die tonight. Da, 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 da. I am going crazy. Next time when I sleep, I'm just gonna imagine all the Voltorbs just staring at me into my soul. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Nickelodeon. 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 God frickin' flippin' dang it. Am I going back to down to 1? I swear this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Because I can't think of anything else to say. Because I am stuck in a world full of Pokemon. Where my gambling addiction is getting to me. This is me going crazy in the thong. 'Cause this will make me wear a thong. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I am dead. Fudge. I really wish there was a better pattern to this than just actually getting lucky.
It's a casino.
What?
It's a casino.
It is a casino. I mean, the good news is that it doesn't cost anything to play this. I just keep going down levels, which is stupid. If I didn't keep going down levels, this would not be taking so long. But I am. So I'm gonna play this all night, and then and then it's gonna be ending up Grace rating me and be like, yo people, you loved Genshin, right? Well, too bad, this is not Genshin. This is straight up exploding in my face of Voltorbs, where my luck is ruining me, because that's supposed to have a 20% chance of making me lose everything, which sucks. That sucks. Everything sucks. Well, anyway, I'm here right now to do not just that. Well, good thing I said this is gambling away, because this is literally gambling my life away right now. That's not 58.
Dude, you're like almost a third of the way to the coins you need, dude.
Almost a third
This
of the way.
is so much gambling, dude. So much gambling.
I'm not getting any closer because this game did not force me to go down based on like how good I do. Then I would already be at the top. But the fact of the matter that it keeps going down. Heck, Kyle, I went from 6 all the way down to 1.
What?
No, it's so bull. I wish it went only down to 3 or 2, but it went all the way from 6 down to 1. And it's just like, come on, are you kidding me? Like, that is not a fair system. And the fact that this is also based on all luck, like, there is a strategy to this, but it's no guarantees, because this is still luck. So it's just like, this is not fun when it has to like straight up be in your face. Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 bum.
Why are you singing Smoke on the Water now? That's not what's playing.
Oh, it's because I watched a video of where guys were playing like, oh yeah, no, I was watching a bassist who was basically saying, these are 3 musics, one of these were never played on the bass. Can you guess which one? They were just like, oh yeah, Smoke on the Water was it. I never realized that was called Smoke on the Water too.
Mm-hmm. That's like the beginner guitar riff.
Bum bum bum.
I am not a fan of that song. It's, I don't know, it's just kind of annoying that that's like the big hit that band is known for, because it's like a kind of like a beginner level guitar riff. Because like the band that wrote Deep Purple is such like an amazingly talented band, and they have so many songs that are more technical and like good than Smoke on the Water. But Smoke on the Water is like that Deep Purple song that everyone knows.
It's like dun 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 dun, and it's like it's not even really that great. Do you actually hate it that much?
I don't hate the song. It's not. I think it's a pretty skippable song as far as that band goes. Whereas they have others that are like Highway Star and stuff that are just much more jamming songs.
Highway to the danger zone.
Not that one. That one's in Mom Band. Highway Star's in Dad Band.
Get on the road to the danger zone. One, and there has to be a 2, 2, 1. Okay, it's a 2, 2, 1. Dang it, I took a risk. Yeah, when Logic plays out there, I kind of need to use the... Hey, this is Mario Galaxy music, the prelude to your playthrough, Kyle.
Yeah. That'll be a fun revisit. I am curious about how the like motion control segments are gonna work and stuff.
It's not that bad. The gyro controls
I
are
guess
pretty
when
strong.
I'm playing the game though, I can just hold the Joy-Cons in my hands rather than having them in the controller holder.
Oh, well,
So it does kind of
yep.
behave like the Wiimote. in
I am
Nuzlocke.
back down to 1.
Ugh.
I am not even halfway through this game.
There are some little gameplay bits in Psychonauts too that are kind of like the rolling ball sections of Mario Galaxy.
I think I remember seeing preview pictures of that.
Yeah. There was also in the video with where there was a speedrunner where he showed one of his a video of one of his runs to the dev team of Psychonauts 2. And he had a bit on one of those ball levels where he's just showing all sorts of ridiculous tricks and skips he could do with it. Like, after playing the game, it is really funny to watch that speedrun because the game's like lead programmer just has this look of horror on his face every time they like do some crazy skip. He's just like, no, how could that happen in this game? We worked so hard.
It's true. It is one of those things that I actually did see. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's a joke where programmers, when they design a thing, and they ask you to be like, oh yeah, this is where you put the this is what you do. But then other people who uses the program, this is the opposite way. It's like video games, exactly. And it's like the programmers just literally really upset noises. Well, it's well, the thing is about it is that ignoring the fact that you're speedrunning a game, purposely trying to glitch through and everything. It's honestly one of those things I've learned with programs is that I've learned, I think it was one of my professors, where it was basically they said that you, as the programmer, developer of whatever thing you made, are the worst to ever test your thing on. Because you know everything how this thing is supposed to work, how is everything
Yeah,
supposed
you
to
have
do.
intentions of how it's supposed to work and only test based on your expectations.
Yeah, so it's like, you have to expect where some people are straight up not able to figure out the thing you're doing. Like, there are times where, especially game segments, you have to think about it as almost as like a non-gamer as a sort kind of thing. So, and that's where it's like, it's really nice to see someone who has almost never played a game play a game of yours, and how easy it is for them to pick it up. Specifically saying that your game is intended for that type of audience where you're trying to invite other people to play the game. So like, say like a Nintendo game, be like, I want to invite more people to it. How easy is it for anybody to jump and like, pick up a controller and figure out how to move and stuff? And that's why it's like one of those things, like you literally have to, it's hard, but it is one of those things like when you develop something, it's like you have to throw away everything you knew and act like you're absolutely a caveman when you're making a program.
Yeah.
Because like that's the only way to really figure out whether your program is good for a public. Wait, what? What?
Ouch.
Ah, frick! I hate that when I misinput something and it completely just ruins my play.
Plays, dude.
But yeah, you have to throw out everything you know when you're testing out something, and then think about ways you like. Think about it as what would a non-player or not someone who's brand new to your program would do. It's hard, but you just have to think of many different avenues of it.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's, you know, playtesters are the people who can, like, basically intentionally try to break the game and do things in ways the developers wouldn't intend them to happen.
Yeah.
And, like, give feedback. I heard the reason why so many, like, early games are so unintuitive is because back then, like, playtesting wasn't, like, a thing that studios had, and so they wouldn't make their game straightforward enough because the developers would just, like, make the game knowing exactly what the outcome is supposed to be, and then somebody picks it up and they have no idea.
Yeah, it's also especially when the video games weren't that big. Not many people were willing to do that as a job or testing it out. And there's also the fact that different age groups have different mindsets. So like if you give it to a 5-year-old a game, especially like imagine like an NES game, for example, will a 5-year-old figure out how to beat up characters on the beat 'em up side scroller like Ninja Turtles, or will they just like mash the button? Because like if you give it to a teen or an adult, they are more likely to figure out how to the game controls for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's all about like really thinking about what is ultimately the end goal to the.
Yeah, it was like my dad yelling at me when I was like a little kid, like playing video games for the first time. My dad was like, "Never ever stand still. Don't stand still in a video game." And I was like, "Oh."
There's also that general rule of thumb where you don't know where to go. It's always like just follow the enemies. Where if there are enemies, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, if new stuff is happening, it means you're probably going the right direction.
Unless it's like that general rule of thumb is a good rule of thumb, except when it's like enemies respawn in a chamber always, so you can end up just going straight back to the beginning. So
Yeah, when it comes to like game translation, I like I've read like Legends of Localization, like his books where he like writes about like Zelda and stuff.
Yeah.
The original Zelda is interesting because I'll see it if I play the original in the Famicom. Like that first game is actually written entirely in katakana, which is kind of an unusual way to write a game. But there was just such character limits in that game that they could only use like one writing system. And I think they opted for katakana over hiragana because katakana is the one that's used to write foreign words as well, and it would just be better form, I guess, to include that letter that can, the letters that can be used to represent both foreign words and native Japanese words, rather than to write foreign words in hiragana. So, given the choice of one of the two alphabets, they just opted for katakana instead.
Actually, you're gonna be playing on a Famicom, right? It has the two controllers on it, right?
Yeah.
Actually, if you play Zelda, whenever you play the
Oh, I don't know if you could yell for the pose voice thing. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, no, it was just that's the thing. It was just like because that was a lost in translation, which
Yeah, but I don't think the mini Famicom has the microphones and the controllers.
actually it does. From what I saw, people had functionality. You can double check it right now, but I'm pretty sure they have it. Because like that's just something that technically you can use now. That's completely different. The only problem is that you would have to bring it very close to you because those controllers are so ungodly short.
I'm not seeing a microphone on this.
Really? It's designed. I'm pretty sure I saw pictures of it.
I'll have to check again. It's a little bit dark where I'm sitting right now, but I didn't look super closely at it. But the mini Famicom's controllers are tiny too. They're like, it's smaller than the palm of my hand. It's basically like the size of like if I'm holding out only my index and middle finger, like about that size, I guess. It's a very tiny controller, like obnoxiously small. And it does irritate me with the build of that console where they are being faithful to the build of the original Famicom, but I don't like how it's these controllers that are wired to the console from the back on a short wire that cannot be detached from the console itself.
Yep, agreed.
They kept the clunkiness of the original design, which is not a very good idea.
Which is why, like, I do like as much as like I miss the game, like the NES actually not having the microphone because I thought it was it would be pretty innovative. Which then again they would need to bundle all consoles with the microphone as well. I do appreciate the American NES actually having detachable controllers because my god, that was a smart move. In many ways. If they didn't do that, then that would like it'd be so difficult to actually use that in any way.
I think I'm gonna go to sleep.
Night, James. I hope you rest well. We'll catch you later, dude. Like tubular, dude.
Say hello to the 4 a.m. crew for me.
Yeah. Well, good night, James. Sleep well.
That's it.
See ya.
Night.
I am still determined to get that Thunderbolt. The only problem is it's just like this guy is such a hard case when it comes to actually getting the right probabilities. Wonder what we're gonna do when you move to the US. I mean, by then I should have like a solid job schedule. And also I'll be like, you moving in like June or July?
Like late July or early August.
Yeah, by then I would be already in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can decide when a better schedule around then. Oh. God, I hate this. Misinputs. So this would have to be a 3 or 2, which would be benefit more from a 3. Oh no, this has to be 2. This one has to be 3. That means this one is not possible. What? Oh, because it can be ones. Dang it, right. I derped. I jumped the gun on that one. I really do wish there was actually a pattern to this. Or like proper ones where you could just like input them and it will immediately be like, oh yeah, the game would do this.
Well, it's meant to be like randomized and unpredictable. It's gambling.
Gambling is unhealthy, bro.
Well, that's why they can't call it gambling in Pokemon anymore.
That's true. I don't like how the rules were like that. It wasn't that bad of gambling. It's like, it's one of those things is that this kind of gambling is so minimalistic compared to like actual loot boxing, which
I hardly even played the Game Corner games in Pokemon growing up, so I don't see why they'd have a fear of children becoming like gambling addicts from the thing in Pokemon. Like,
it's because a bunch of older people think like games are such a bad thing. Oh wait, hold on.
mm-hmm.
Oh wait, oh, did Grace add a bot? Oh, I thought I was about to ban that person and it would just be like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shoot, there's a guy who there. Wait a minute. If I banned that bot, Grace would be like, what are you doing? Stop it. Nah, that's Lissa. Bruh, bruh. Bruh, bruh. Bruh, bruh, bruh. bum bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da. Dun, dun, dun. Bruh, bruh. Yeah, I gained 1,000, but it's not much, to be honest. So it's only these 4. That's the best choice of 2. And the only problem is it's all probability. So the probability of it is the best chance is this one. That's a 1. That should help. Yeah, I'm trying to get up to like get as much as I can M done. It just sucks that this game is still all luck based. So the fact of the matter is just it's difficult for me to guarantee because I'm using the calculator and the calculator says like there's a probability of this and this and this, and so I was like I might have to do a mixture of me actually looking at it properly to give the best idea, but at the same time it's not going to help too much to the overall probability. Oh, by the way, Kyle, so we're listening to Kingdom Hearts music right now, which
Yep. Traverse Town, yeah.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. I was like I remember like people talking about the Kingdom Hearts on the Switch, by the way, the cloud versions. And so many people hate it. It's absolutely by far the worst version of Kingdom Hearts you can ever play.
Wait, people hate what?
Like Kingdom Hearts on the Switch.
There's a Kingdom Hearts on Switch?
Yeah, all the Kingdom Hearts on Switch, technically.
All of them?
Yep.
Oh, huh.
But here's the problem. They are only cloud usage. So you
only cloud?
Yep, so you have to play them with Wi-Fi, otherwise they are impossible.
What? That's so... Let me enjoy my games offline. Why does everything have to be tracked? God.
It's because that Square is a little bit too lazy to ask developers to program a downgrade on Kingdom Hearts, which, okay, in Kingdom Hearts 3's defense, that game is pretty hefty, so developing that as a smaller game, like a downgrading it a lot, is going to be like Witcher or like bigger kind of thing, Witcher 3, but it's still possible theoretically. It's just that Square decided to do every other Kingdom Hearts game, even the ones on the PS2, not compatible with Switch, and you have to do it by cloud, which also sucks. So like none of the Kingdom Hearts games except Melody of Memory, which by the way uses the same engine as some of it has the same graphics as some of the other Kingdom Hearts games, which it's theoretically possible to port like 1 and 2 to the Switch. Maybe not 3 because that needs to be reworked a whole lot, but overall it's still like you can play a bunch of other Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch offline instead of on the cloud, and so it's like it's by far the worst Kingdom Hearts version ever made.
Ugh.
It's absolutely terrible, yeah.
I think it would feel weird for me to play a Kingdom Hearts game with a controller that's not PlayStation anyway.
Yeah, no, I get that. Oh no, this is 3. This has to be 3. What? Ah, shoot. I was looking at a 5, not as a... God. Frick. I was looking at it as like a 5, not... I was looking at it as 6. God dang it. Grace better not raid me.
She's busy singing right now because I redeemed that.
Good. Keep making her sing for the rest of the time. Because I just want to get that 10,000 gold at the very, very least. But that still is like one of those like, oh my god, dude, is it, can I even do it? And I want to do it. And I also want to train my Golbat. Oh man. Horrorland, Kyle, Horrorland.
Yeah, I hear it.
You want a hootenanny? Girl, you want a hootenanny? What's a hootenanny? It is. Everyone goes into one place and then they have a jolly good time and murder the person who took it away from the...
Well, the Hootenanny is for Western Land. And
yeah.
then Spaceland has the Space Police.
Hootenanny. We never did a hootenanny. God, I love Pikmin music. Everyone should play Pikmin. God, I'm also sounding like Arlo. I don't know if you know who that is, Kyle.
Who?
Arlo.
Harlow. No.
He's a think about it, he's like a puppeteer YouTuber. So you never see his real face, but you see like a puppet, like a Muppet. And he loves Nintendo games. He loves Pikmin and he wants Pikmin 4. He also has like 10, 11 copies of like Star Fox Zero for some reason. He did it as a joke more so than anything. He's like, I can explain. Wait, did I do a calculation wrong again? So 2, 6, 5, yeah, 6, and this was 5, and that's with the rest of the, yeah. That's 4, yeah. So this is 5, 2, 1, 4, 5, and then that should be it, yeah. And then 1, 4, yeah, so this should be all bombs. So there's 2, 1, 2. Oh, I need a 2 here. That's why. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense for either one of those. Would 2 make sense here? No, it would not. So this will have to be 1 because it's 4 and it's a 1. So that means the 2, and then it's 1, 2. Yeah, this one has to be it. That's a 2. There we go. That's where you have to do the logic. I'm doing a mixture of both the calculator and doing the logic at the same time. I mean, it's probably the most efficient way you can do this, to be honest. Well, that's it. Can't really do much. Brrr. Yeah, this is where I have to actually do probability now, because none of these would make full-on sense. I don't know which one to isolate what. I mean, yes, I can isolate-ish, but then I'll still have to take a gamble. Oh man, Kyle. Mario Kart Wii music.
Mercury.
Mercury. Are you actually excited for the DLC coming out?
I'm not really actively thinking about it, but I guess it'd be cool to try it out.
Dang it. Now I'm back down to level 3. It sucks that they never added anything from the arcade levels. Which, I mean, I guess, like, for arcade it makes some sense because those arcade level courses are very, very short. Oh boy.
So are you gonna, like, when are, is this going to stop at some point tonight?
When I actually feel like I feel defeated. Again, like, I want that Thunderbolt TM to get at least help me.
I mean, you can continue tomorrow.
True, but I don't know. I'm gonna save up my Golbat at that time. I just wish this wasn't such a RNG heavy game. God, why? That's a 9% chance. Why in this game decides to be such RNG based? I really wish I could have just bought some coins, but I can't. This is one of those things Game Freak really did not foresee. Is that they make some good TMs, but they're only available at certain locations like this. And it's not exactly easy. Diamond and Pearl made it easy. This one, not really.
Oh, this isn't Nintendo Land. Oops.
Yeah, wrong one.
I thought it was at first. I was like, yeah.
3D World is actually a really fun game. Definitely is fun with players, 4 players if possible, but it's a chaotic mess like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And it actually has online functionality. Like, Nintendo is finally making games that have online functionality. That can't not be the 3. I need a 3. So that's where I... Oh. No. This is where I start doing logically, because this one will either 2, 1, or Voltorb, which I need to find a 3 specifically. That's all I really care about. I mean, well, I guess you can have 2, 2. 4 2s, which just sucks. Oh, these can't be 3s. These has to be 2s. Okay. So there's no such thing as 3, so it has to be like 2 more 2s are in here somewhere. I found a 2 there, so that means this is fine. So there's 2 Voltorbs here. Well, there's 1 there. Potentially 2. So I need at least a 1 somewhere. 1 here, 1 there. Because it technically can be 1 up here if it just does a 3. No, wait, it can't be. There's no such thing as a 3, so this only can be 1. Yeah, these can't be 1s, so that means these are 1s. These are 2s right here. No, frick. Right. That other side can also be a Freaking 2. God. Oh, and it also brings me down to 2. Great. Alright.
Alright.
Well, the problem is, Kyle, if I do this tomorrow, there's a good chance also I'll be stuck here for another 3 hours.
Ugh.
So no matter what, it's like, it's one of those things, is that, can I even get it, the TM or not?
Who are you teaching this to, Chinchou?
Maybe Chinchou. I don't know. Emoto had, I need to ask my brother. Justin has not gotten back to me in that, because I was actually really hoping that he would tell me. Because, like, if he doesn't tell me, then I don't know what to go for. In terms of, like, actually looking for a Pokemon that can really help me. So it's just like, it's one of those things is that, maybe Chinchou, maybe Starmie. It's like, this is just one of those things. It's just like, I wish I had a better chance of, like, understanding. Also, Kyle, this is bullcrap. I figured out all other places are either 1 or Voltorbs, except these 4 spaces, which the rows and columns are exactly the same. This is literally RNG chance right here.
Yeah, that was happening with my online Voltorb flip earlier.
This is literally RNG chance.
It's literally just take a guess, human.
It said this one had the best chance. And then it also brings me down.
Shoot, try again.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just, I do want that TM, but at this
Super Mario.
At this rate, though, Kyle, Justin recommended me a couple other TMs, but because of this RNG being such a bull crap of a thing now, I don't think I will be able to get the other ones without dedicating like an entire 8-hour time frame to do this. And it's just like, I do not want to dedicate 8 hours just to play this game only.
Yeah, because they'd be playing for 8 hours. Mario.
Mario. This sucks, this sucks, this absolutely sucks. I'm just using a probability calculator. So the fact that even using a probability calculator, my luck in getting a good set is just absolutely just sucks. Oh. So which one's a 3? This can't be a 3, so it has to be a Voltorb. Because I already got the 2 up there. So which would be benefiting the 3? Red. Alright. That means this one is a 3. That's a 3, right? I did it! All I heard was
To ID.
It keeps cutting you off. I did.
Stop! Freaking microphone, God. I'm pretty close to it too, if it's stupid.
You have noise suppression on, right?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. There's probably not no hope in the world. Probably not. I will. They perish. Probably if I will die, probably you will see my grave tape. Off. Oh, there's a 20% chance of that. Well, let's take this logically then. Going with the 5s. Now that's 5. There is not enough information to take a logical guess about certain things. Because that one needs 2, so that needs a 3. That one has 2, so that needs at least a 3 and 2. That one that needs a 3 2. And that one needs a 3. Yeah, this is not a logical guess. I have to take a gamble. 2. At least that should be able to help with making some logical decisions. I need a 2. I hope the Mauer Sunshine didn't have a sour your experience.
Didn't sour my experience with what?
Mauer Sunshine didn't your whole experience with Mauer Sunshine wasn't sour.
Nah, I enjoyed the game. I do feel like toward the end I realized just saving like all the blue coin stuff for the last couple of streams, it felt like almost that entire game was like blue coin collecting.
Yeah.
Going back on it, I'm like, oh man, I beat all these levels. It's just too much time is spent in that game collecting those coins.
It is actually. It's
I'm glad I found that glitch to totally cheat my way through the lily pad level, because that level is so stupid. Like, as I said during the stream itself, I was like, this is not how the developers intended me to play this level. But I literally got so many stupid deaths that I don't think the way the developers intended you to play this level is even the way it ends up playing out. So like, I totally had moments where I was clearly still on the lily pad but bumped into a wall, and then Mario apparently clipped into the water and died. I was like, that was so absurdly stupid that I don't think this level deserves my respect and time.
It doesn't, yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm trying to get this clip from Pajama Sam 3 for you.
It sucks though as well that this is probably the worst probability game right here, Kyle, because none of these rows would really fit in my probability game.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that the matter is, I'm screwed. Haha, the red. Oh boy. Okay, so that I can at least warden these off. Oh god, I hate this so much. Oh, it needs... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Getting, like, news. Even now. My phone vibrates when the news comes out. There it is. I will save that so I can get that clip for tomorrow.
You could give it a listen right now if you want.
Sure. Do I have my audio this desktop playing? No. Good. I like how like when you were saying like that's I'm not you're not supposed to be able to do that, and I was like, nah, you're just bad at jumping. It's like, oh, okay.
It does take weird timing. Like I said in the clip, I was like, dude, 5-year-olds are playing this game. How are they supposed to figure this out?
Yeah, I know. It's just like it's not a great game. No, it's not. I would agree with you on that regard.
Well, Pajama Sam 3 is a great game, but that little bit right there, it's like it's so ridiculous that you expect that you shouldn't be able to complete it. And I thought that as a 26-year-old, what the 6-year-old's gonna think when they do that?
That's also true, yeah.
Then again, I'm pretty sure I beat that game when I was like 6, but still.
Wait, this one has like 2. So I need at least a 2 one of these. Alright. Kyle.
What?
On this far right, top or bottom, I'm gonna leave it up to you because I really need to. I don't know. This is the best probability I got.
Far right, top or bottom? I'll say the green, the bottom, just because it has a 6 instead of a 5, and I'm like, hey,
All
do
right,
it.
okay. Cool. That's right. That's a 1. That's a 1. So that means that this has to be a 2.
It has to be a 3.
Never mind. It's a 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Because if I got 2 Voltorbs here, and one of them is 1, so that means this one has to be 2. Because assuming that these are Voltorbs... No, one of these has to be 2 right here. Oh, no, wait. That would work. That works. Wait. No, frick! What did I do wrong? Oh, it's a 3. Wait. Oh, the bottom can be 2? What? Oh. Okay, that wasn't my bad. Because I thought I was playing the logic game, but apparently the logic game played me. There's like so much you have to really like remember of this game. What's the furthest you ever gone in this game, Kyle?
In Vulture Flip, I don't know. It's been over 10 years.
True, yeah. Yeah, should I have gotten that other one? No, I would have been wrong either way. Well. I feel like I should just like train up my Golbat instead now. Because at least that one's a little bit more entertaining. What the heck is this song? I feel like I know this song. Right. Actually, Kai, you should know this song, too.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it.
It's from the Holland games, specifically from the remakes. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my time spent playing the Hoenn remix was like in the Stack 8 lounge when I wasn't listening to the music actively.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, it is actually the ending theme.
Yeah, it does sound like it'd be in the credits.
The ending themes are always like really nice when it's like super relaxing and stuff like that. Ah, 30% chance of Voltorb, it blows me up. God dang it, I'm all back way back to level 1. Hey.
Hey.
Is this actually one of your favorite Earthbound musics?
There's a lot of good songs in those games. I don't know if I call this one of my favorites.
True.
I like the song Snowman from Winters. I like the four-side theme, the theme at the end after you beat the final boss and you get to explore the world freely.
Honestly, this would be one of my favorites, but it's probably because a bit biased because this was like played so much in like
Smash Bros.
Yeah, Smash Bros. So I guess like I'm a little bit biased in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
When are they gonna release Mother 3?
Hashtag localized Mother 3.
Do you actually want it to be localized?
I think it should be. At the same time, I mean, there's been an unofficial fan translation available since 2008, so I think it should be. But I also have my own copy of the game, so haha.
I mean, it's not official. It's not the like English version though.
Well, I have the Japanese version, which is what counts for me at this point, because I became fluent so I could play video games.
Better keep playing it, otherwise it's you're gonna lose all that Japanese. Especially when you could decide to come back to America.
Mm-hmm.
I need a 2. Yeah, I need a 2 somewhere. Bum ba da 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 da. Fudge. Messed up that. What does everything really have to be on the probability, to be honest? So I just hacked all the coins in, Kyle.
I do what you want, dude. I'm not gonna be sticking around for too much more tonight, though.
That's totally understandable, dude. I'm very tempted to just hack all the coins in at this point.
You've kind of earned it with all the work that you've done.
I've spent so long doing all these. It's just ridiculous how RNG heavy. And it's like I've tried, and it's just like the probability. It's like, oh, 5%, 14%, Voltorb. It's like, so it has to be. Why does the probability calculator always give me the worst probability ever? It's like, oh, yeah, there's a probability that this will be it. I feel like the probability calculator is now rigged against me. I think it's better at this point to just evolve my Crobat to something.
Do it.
Golbat, whatever. Ugh. I'll do that as the last bit of stuff. I might just hack in all the coins at this rate, because I've spent literally 4 hours, like, not 4 hours, even close to 4 hours, 3.5 hours to be honest, just doing that gambling. The fact that I couldn't even do it, the lottery would have been a lot better. I spent so long on that stupid minigame. At this rate, Grade's gonna raid me in like 20 minutes, is what I would say. Chris Jr.
We're that far down the line.
Yep. It's like that one time where we did Murder Mystery. I kept like getting Junior. I don't know if you were there for that. I'm pretty sure you were.
Oh, in Trivia Murder Party.
Yeah, Trivia Murder Party. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the round when we were determined to be Lissa. Yeah.
Won 5 times in a row. It's like, we're not ending this stream until we beat Lissa.
Yeah.
I miss Trivia Murder Party. That was some fun stuff. That was also where we came up with the jokes where it's like, oh, you need to know your European geography. Also, I did catch my Golbat in a friend ball, so it is a little bit more friendlier than it would have at some. Dude, 1 level! Let's go! Alright, we ended off on a good note, Kyle. That was literally 1 level!
That was quick, man.
I
Dude,
could have done it last session.
How many levels in total did you raise that Golbat?
I think I got like around 24, so literally 7 levels.
Yeah, it took in total around 25 levels to evolve my Eevee to Espeon because there's no Soothe Bell in this game.
Oh yeah, no, 23, yeah, so about 8 levels. I mean, I did catch it within a friend ball, which you couldn't do it with Eevee. And also, I just realized I didn't even have the Soothe Bell on. Oh shoot, if I had the Soothe Bell on, it could have been evolved much sooner. Well, I mean, it worked, alright? That's all it mattered. And I got myself a Crobat. So I consider that a win. And you know what? As I said before, I will try legit in the sense with that coin. It's gonna take forever. And I'm not spending hours. I am not a determined enough Nuzlocker in any regard to Nuzlocke from start to finish a proper playthrough without hacking or anything. I am not that type of person. I am not one of those like 100,000 subscriber people on YouTube or whatever. I am not doing that. So I'm gonna be doing it in the way of trying to hack those coins in, because that mini game is just straight up bull. I'm only gonna do it with only I can hold up to 50,000 coins actually, Kyle. But I'm only gonna be having it up to 10,000. That's the amount I want to go for the TM Thunderbolt. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go for any other TM because I feel like that's gonna deteriorate some of that stuff. So I feel like at the very, very least, I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. If I really feel like I need more TMs, I'll do that on my second run through the Elite Four if I fail the first one, alright? I think that would be a good way to rule about it. Makes it a little bit more fair for Kyle as well. Alright, anyway, Kyle, do you have any raid message you want to say to Grace as we...
Are you raiding Grace?
We're gonna raid Grace. Unless you want to play... I want to raid, like, RPG Matt.
Oh, he is live. He's playing Elden Ring, though. He's not playing Pokemon right now. Let me think. Raid message to Grace. I feel like I had something in my mind earlier. Something about Voltor Flip or gambling or something. I was thinking Viva Las Vegas, like the Elvis song about gambling.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, I'm gonna write it out with like a lot extra letters. Viva Las Vegas.
Well, anyway.
Probably with a emote.
Yeah. Follow those people. Great people. I hope all of them are great. And obviously my channels. I haven't uploaded it, but I'm working on getting it with once I get like a full-time job. And with that, there is my Discord. So if you want to keep up to date with what I do, that's there. Tomorrow is gonna be my is gonna be the Nuzlocking where Kyle and I, Digits and I, are gonna be attempting the Elite Four. I'm gonna do some last bit of catching Pokemon as I go. I don't think I'm gonna catch a Xatu. I don't think it's necessary to catch a Xatu. I'll be finalizing my team tomorrow. I'll be going through the routes of 20... Is this 27 and 28? Yeah. 27 through 26 and as well Victory Road, as well as Toho Falls and stuff like that. I'll be going through those, catching the last bit of Pokemon, getting the last bit of items. So it'll probably take like an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours, I would say, because I have to beat my rival as well. So Kyle, you can do whatever you want in the meantime before stream, because it will take me a little bit. But I also don't think I'm going to be catching Pokemon right away there too, so I'm going to be more so traveling up, getting the items that I might want, and get to my rival fight is all. Yeah, so like I won't be battling the Elite Four right away. So like given an hour to two, then I'll be there at the Elite Four. But yeah, tomorrow I'm battling the Elite Four, and Kyle's also going to be battling the Elite Four. This will determine a lot of things because we're going with our best teams that we can come up with. All right. I hope to God that both of us survive with minimal to no casualties.
Yeah.
I really do hope. I'm wishing you the best of luck, Kyle, by the way. So yeah. That's gonna be happening tomorrow. Other than that, Kyle, do you have any last bit of stuff you want to do? What you want to say?
Maybe playing a couple more humongous games on the weekdays next week. Finishing the Pajama Sam series would be good, and maybe playing a little bit more of the franchises I didn't really get into yet, like Putt Putt and Spy Fox. And I'll have to ask Grace if she wants to play Animal Crossing with me on Monday as well.
Makes sense, yeah. But yeah, so tomorrow is gonna be the Nuzlocking big determination. As I mentioned before, the Elite Four is gonna be like the big game changer for both Kyle and I, whether we gonna have to restart the game or not, kind of thing. And I really hope we don't, because after that, then it's just preparing for red. But yeah, anyway, that is gonna be it for the whole thing. I do hope you guys enjoyed this whole stream and like the whole Nuzlocking series. It's intense, but we're getting there, all right? Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you guys stay safe and everything. I hope to catch you guys in another stream, whether it be mine or someone else's. So, to all you who are lurking, thank you so much for lurking. And I hope to catch you guys later, tomorrow, or like any other stream I do, like D&D and stuff like that. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope to catch you guys later, and take care for sure. Bye, y'all. Goodbye.